Michelle from Life Organized with Michelle, here to walk you through everything that I keep in my bag when I go to see clients. Right now, this is currently the bag that I use. It's a kind of like silicone feeling beach bag, but it seems to work well. It's just getting very heavy with all the things that I'm about to show you, so I am currently looking for a new option, which I may have figured out, but I will let you know. So just to start, I'll show you kind of what I bring to each job. First thing is my toolkit. I don't really do anything heavy duty as far as like drilling anything into walls and things like that. That's more of a handyman type work. But I do have the basics for anything that would need to be put together or fixed or tightened or loosened or whatnot. It's all in here, and I got this from Amazon. I also keep these kind of mechanics gloves in here as well in case we're in the garage doing some dirty kind of work. This alone weighs probably, I would say, 8 pounds-ish, something like that. All right, next thing I keep is this binder. This binder holds handouts, recycling information, donation information, hazardous materials, decluttering categories, and labels, along with my code of ethics that I follow, a copy of my liability insurance, things like that. Just something that's easy to grab in the instance that we would need it if we come across anything where that's the case. Next item is my P-Touch Brother label maker. This is just the case for it. This is the actual label maker. I love this thing. It's trusty, handy dandy, as long as you have a spare set of batteries, because it will run out as soon as you need it the most. You can also hold extra tape in here with different color options and whatnot. So these are the 3 big items that I keep in my bag at all times, along with this foldable, collapsible step stool here, which I have found very handy. Next item, I always keep a container. This is an iris container for 5x7 photos. I use this for all of my gloves. When I go to a job, I always will wear gloves. And this right now has about 12 pair in here. Rather than taking the whole box, I just put some nice and rolled up in one of these iris containers. I also have a smaller iris container that I keep shoe covers. So some clients don't like you to walk around in your shoes in their home, so I will wear these in the home, especially if I'm going in and out, like taking things out, coming back in, walking through a room, things like that. These come in very handy. I also have a pair of safety glasses in case we are in the garage or doing something where debris is flying or can fly any instance. You only get one set of eyes, so you gotta protect them. Next, I always carry lots of trash bags, both white and black. The black is for typical trash and just items that you know you're not donating. The white, I typically like to use these for donating clothing, and that way I can tell the difference between the bags when I have taken everything with me. I also have a case of markers, including Sharpies, chalk markers. I do have chalk boards that I use on occasion to kind of establish zones while we're working through things. And I also have the dry erase markers, and I have white dry erase boards as well. It just depends on what the situation calls for. I also use the chalkboard boards for like setting up a garage sale or something like that, where you can kind of establish a price on a table or whatnot. Next, I have this little case that includes things to corral cables. So I don't know if you can see this well, but you basically just stick your cord in there. You can stick this, it has a sticker on the back, and you stick this on the back of something, and then you can kind of corral your cords and keep them in place. I have those, and then I have smaller black ones that do the same thing. You never know when you're gonna need these. I also have this nice little case. I got this bag, I think from the Dollar Tree for $1. Now it's $1.25, I think. But it includes Post-its, index cards, labels, like sets of labels that you can write on to label things if you don't want to use the label maker, chalkboard labels, and just more types of different kinds of labels that you can use on bins and things. Next is museum gel. This stuff is a little miracle. It is clear, and what it does is basically creates like a tackiness under bins in a drawer. So you know when you have bins in a drawer, they can move around when you open and close the drawer. This stuff prevents that from happening. It's brilliant, and you can find it on Amazon, although it is very expensive to ship to you for some reason. You can also get it at the Container Store. Next item, paper tape. So you can tape anything on the wall as a temporary holder for zones as well. Depending on how much you're working through, you may need a sign that's a little higher than a typical area you would stick it to, like a Post-it. So this comes in handy as well. Next, snacks. Snacks are super important, something to grab and go and eat while you're working. You never know when, you know, for me, when my sugar drops, I need something right away, and these are a lifesaver for sure. Also, tissue, because things are dusty and you're gonna sneeze. It's just the thing. Also, Purell hand sanitizer, because, you know, we're gonna need that. Then I have a business card holder. Holds my business cards on both sides. Has Elvis on the front, because I'm an Elvis fan. Lastly, this is something I bring and wear for all of my jobs. It holds a set of gloves, a set of shoe coverings. It also holds a tape measure, a mini tape measure that I bring. You'd be surprised how many times you need to use one of these on the fly. I have a marker. I usually have a smaller Post-it, but I just use the rest of mine, so I have to go get more. But Post-it notes, and then there's another zipper in the back, and that's where I keep more business cards in case I have this on and I don't have my business card little fancy thing with me. I always have this on my waist. I have my square reader. I have a mask in case a client prefers that I wear a mask, and of course a chapstick. So all of this goes in this bag, and I lug this thing down to my car, out of my car and into the client's home, and then back out to my car and back home. So it is pretty heavy. I would say it's got to be at least 40 pounds now with everything in it. And it's kind of at its max, and it's not so easy to get to things anymore. And yeah, so I think I found a solution as I laid everything out on the floor so I could see what I had very clearly and kind of look through different options that I found on Amazon. And I think what's going to work best is called a craft tote. It has wheels and like a dolly so you can wheel it like luggage. It's got lots of little pockets for little things. So there it is. This is everything I bring to a client's home when I begin an organizing session.